Hey gang, another quick video this afternoon. This time a little bit on terminal tackle for barramundi lures, mainly focusing on impoundment barramundi, which whoever said damn barra don't fight certainly got it wrong, because they're the most tackle wrecking fish out there, which I've certainly come across in the freshwater. Pound for pound, they fight equally as hard as a saltwater fish, and they certainly know how to wreck gear, like I said. One thing which I think most impoundment anglers and any barramundi angler for that matter does on regular occasions is upgrade terminal tackle on their lures. There's not too many lures these days, or has ever been lures that have been produced that you can just use straight out of a pack and have superior hooks. There's not too many at all, so they all tend to come out with pretty light and weak jobbies, like 3x VMCs. Some of them aren't even VMC. Some of these are the cheaper models. Again, they're just a carbon hook, but 90% of the lures that come out, of course, are those kind of light carbon hooks, which, as we know, probably catch a fair share of fish. But if you're after trophy fish, or if you want to catch regular fish and big fish for that matter, then upgrading hooks is a really, really wise move. The owner ST66, which I just mentioned in a previous video, obviously is probably the epitome of treble hooks. They don't get much better than the ST66. BKK are probably my new favourite the last few years. BKK are making really, really good trebles. Like, for the money you pay and for the strength of that hook, I think BKKs are well and truly up there with owners now, and decoys. Like, they're a really, really good treble. So they're leading the way also. But one thing I thought I'd kind of talk a little bit about this afternoon is the need to maybe reconsider kind of how much we really do upgrade our hooks. One particular type of lure I've been using, or try to use a lot of the last 12 months or 18 months, has been the vibes. So I've got a few quick catch vibes here which I've done up. These are the elite models, the 95mm elites. Lots and lots of different model vibes, obviously, but I find the quick catch is pretty good. They just need a little bit of work, a little bit of modification to the tail, and then obviously the hook upgrades. And probably the main hook which I've run on these straight out of a pack have been, not straight out of a pack, but the upgrade I've done to them have been to size 2 owner ST66s. So size 2 are a really, really good fit for that lure. On this one here, I think I've got some BKK rings. The majority of them, though, I fit with the Halco fish rings. So those are the rings there. They're rated to 66 kilo. They're 4XX strong. And I find those split rings to be absolute dynamite. They work really, really, really well. But one thing which I've been kind of playing with for a little bit now is just running the 6X VMCs on these as opposed to their heavier gauge hook. And I haven't honestly seen too much difference. These are the 6X VMCs here. These are a size 1, they're not a size 2. I do have size 2 somewhere. But 6X VMC hooks, they're not an ST66 and they're not a BKK. But they're a lighter gauge hook. They're quite strong. They're cheaper. And I still think, or should I say, I do think, and I am slowly converting myself back to doing up a fair percentage of my lures just with 6X VMCs, particularly soft plastics like stingers and things like that, or vibes, which typically don't get munched too hard, like your longer hard bodies like this 130mm Twin River Pike. These kind of get munched a lot, they're a lot of facial hooks, or they kind of get swiped. So the treble's kind of set in and around the jaw, which of course get munched by jaw pressure. So I think if you're looking for long hard bodies, I would still fit these heavier gauge steel hooks. But in lures which aren't going to typically get munched on too hard, I really do think that the 6X VMCs are still worth a really good go. Price-wise, there's no comparison. I think you get a box of 15 or 12 for like $10, as opposed to a pack of BKKs, which, what do you get in a box? I think you get 6 or 7 in a box for about $10. So again, you know, bit of a price difference there, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with 6X VMC hooks. So I think we need to reconsider just how heavy we armour our lures with, and it doesn't hurt to take a step back and have a little bit of a look sometimes. And, you know, lighter gauge hook, lighter carbon hook, they penetrate easier as opposed to the heavier steel gauge hook, and they're just as durable, they're just as strong. So food for thought.